Game number 1, winner bracket final, everybody. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Meta Madness continues with Team against the Hardos. The Hardos have finally broken through the curse and taken a match of the donuts and advanced to the winner bracket final. Now again, we are currently in Meta Madness. We have 30 heroes that are pre-banned here in the playoffs. So 30 heroes are not allowed to be played in the tournament whatsoever. And every single hero that you see picked on these maps cannot be played again within the same series. Alright, totally game for this one. This should be good. Team, they had some trouble in the semifinals, but they still were successful. And at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. So now, as we're heading into our next match over here, let's see what the blue team can do. And also if the Hardos can maybe claim that spot in the grand final. Grand final is a best of 5, the only best of 5 here. And the match at hand is a best of 3 series. Now, since this is obviously always being debated a little bit, one of the reasons why we could get away with 30 pre-banned heroes is because these games are best of 5s. That also allows us to have 8 teams in the tournament and not less, and it allows us to have a double elimination bracket. But again, after the tournament's over, we're definitely going to look at all the data and see if we can maybe for the next tournament also adjust things a bit. Number of pre-banned heroes was never as high as it was this time, or is this time. So that's something to look at too, if everything was still fine, or if we have to make adjustments there. Meta Madness has now been played out for the 5th time. And honestly, it's always tons of fun, but at the same time, I'm always looking at potential improvements that we can make to the format and to the way that it's shaping out. Now with the bans on the first map, we got Mephisto also banned out, so the teams are starting to pick up on Nick's preference these days on Mephisto as a hero. And he played it multiple times on this map in particular. But Ultralisk with a very, very early Maiev pick. Yeah, Karrigan has been banned together with Sylvanas. In some of the previous games, it was Maiev and Karrigan that got banned out, so there's that. Okay, so, and what are we getting here as the first pick rotation? Well, Deckard, Kane, and Muradin. Yeah. Those are two of the prime heroes right now. I mean, in the current pool of heroes that are still available after the 30 bans, these are absolute S tier. And again, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, please check the video description if you're interested in the 30 heroes that are pre-banned. I'm definitely going to drop all of them in there so that you guys are aware what's still available and what isn't. But, well, as you can tell, it is a pretty sweet setup. And we got Leo plus Tyriel. Yeah, they're going for a lot of the prime picks in the first game when it comes to the front line. Even on map number 2, that could become a bit of an issue. Just imagine if we would now see the Hardos lock in Imperius, for example. One of the few side laners that you can use in a main tank position. That's actually a bit nuts. Oh god, the main tanks were so heavily contested, especially when it comes to a full 3-mapper if they go the distance. Yeah, there's a lot there. Now Ophir gets banned. Dino has been playing Ophir multiple times now. It's a little bit similar to the Mephisto ban against Nick. Definitely a target ban on that end. But also the supports. Karazim is still up. Could go for him if they wanted to here. Yrel has been played a lot, but I don't necessarily think that with that setup she's gonna be played. Could be, depends a bit on the damage deal, I suppose. Maybe even Morales. But yeah. Some of the comms today were just great. The Morales Cho'Gall game, for example. Absolutely awesome. Okay, so for the red team, what do we get? They started off strong. They have Muradin. Maybe even a follow-up for all of the lockdown that they have now. Johanna, by the way, is also up and has been played a lot, but I don't think that Team Wah is going to lock that in because they don't have a stun that she can follow up on. Ooh, Dehaka and Phoenix. That's a lot of ST heroes that are getting played in the first game. I mean, they're going all out on this stuff now. That eliminates a lot of the options for the second map already. That the teams in previous series have been still kind of dodging around a little bit and trying to save them up for the second game. So yeah. Okay. Last 2 for the blue team. What is Dino playing this time? Jaina and Rhaegar. Yeah, that's a good point. The dog is also still up. Rhaegar and Jaina. Yeah, good Entomb with Jaina and the Blizzard. If Maiev comes through with a nice tether, the slows that you get, the Cone of Cold, there's actually a lot of immediate damage potential, and Rhaegar can also place the Entomb down. Sorry, the Tomb down, and then you have the have Leo coming in with the potential Entomb after that too. Fall set, that's good disengage that they have here. That's actually a real spicy draft on both sides. There's a lot of potential combos that we could see from them, and yeah, I like it. Double global even for the Hardos. And Tomb of the Spider Queen of all maps. So yeah, map number 1, team against the Hardos, everybody. Let's get things started here in our winner bracket final between 2 of the top teams here in Europe and Meta Madness. Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 1, Masquerade on Yrel. We have Ultralisk on Maiev for the blue team, Dinos playing Jaina, Banana Age on Rhaegar, and D.Va on Leoric. On the right side of the map, the Hardos, the red team, with Hazobs on Falstad. We got Copenhagen on Dehaka, Yazoo with Deckard Kane, Nick this time on Phoenix, and we got Bad Benny on Muradin. The Gathering Storm is a level 1 talent for some stacks for our boy Hazu. And yeah, double global. I mean, it's not really the biggest map in the pool, so it's not like you can completely exploit it and control the macro game to a huge extent, but they're not useless here either. And of course they bring way more than only their global to the table. You have the disengage with the Mighty Gust. You have the drag that you're seeing here from Copenhagen against Leoric right away. And that drops, that could be a kill. They're dropping him low, he doesn't have the escape any longer. D.Va dodges out on some of the potential damage and walks out of the fight. So good for him, had to pop the fountain cooldown on the other hand. And will find himself a little bit in trouble at the bot lane too, I suppose. Rhaegar comes in to help him out and get some damage on Nick. That's actually way better than I expected. Nick is able to get away. But now he finds himself more or less in the same situation that Leoric does. So that bot lane is going to be fairly even after all. Doesn't get that big advantage that he, I think, was hoping for. 11 stacks for Falstad, so that initial brawl helped him a lot. Yeah, and it's a little bit tricky, honestly, to see who's going to take lead. A Masquerade with the pause. Okay. D.Va, that could be a kill. Yeah, Nick might be able to lock this one in. And Leo, I don't think that he has the fountain back, so even if he makes it out, he might have to Hearthstone. And then Nick can control the rest of the lane very easily. That's the beauty of playing Phoenix. Again, you play around the shield mechanic, so that's pretty much the sustain that you have. You have the warp to get out of a gank, and you have also the AoE, but also single target damage, depending on how you play it out. So that's actually not too bad for them. And over here, I'm not quite sure what exactly causes the problem. Maybe they have some voice issues. That happens every now and then. Usually the teams are connected on Discord servers, so sometimes one of the guys craps out and then of course need to get them back into the game before they can continue. But we also have a couple of the usual suspects. Ultralisk. I think his internet problems are fine again, but it seems like his provider is consistently giving him some troubles in entertainment. Yeah, my last news was actually that it was fixed, and it wasn't, and it got fixed again, but yeah, either way. Now, we got the 2 globals in, so that helps them a bit in the team fights, and it always makes it dangerous for D.Va at the bot lane in the 1 versus 1, similar to when you're playing against an Abathur. Every time that you are in the solo, in the 1v1 situation, it could be that someone else moves in and just ganks up on you, so that is just a consistent problem that exists there. The red team, they are of course now trying to control that rotation too. So far they've done pretty well. I mean, we are only 1 minute into the game and nobody has gotten a kill yet. But Hazu has started to stack on his level 1 with the Gathering Storm. For Muradin, we also have the Dwarf block right now. Against Maiev, that's going to be heavily important. And Ultralisk, honestly, he's going to be the one that will play a big role in this game. With Jaina and the slows that she provides, if he's able to get good tethers off, and then maybe some slow from Leo coming in after that, Jaina has an easy time connecting damage and trying to burst somebody down. So that's something that we need to keep an eye on. If the red team can control Ultralisk, then it's a bit of a different story. And they have a few tools against him. The isolation on the Hogger could help out. Once that Muradin, I mean, he's going to work through the Stormbolt. We will have Mighty Gust for Falstad, and that alone should already help you with disengages. But a good Maiev player, which Ultralisk definitely is gonna make your life a living hell. And once Sanctification comes in on top of that too, when their level 10 abilities are there for the blue team, then of course you can just focus on these team fights even a little bit further. But yeah, either way, seems like the problem, whatever it is a little bit more severe. Okay, seems we're back, and there was a problem on Masquerade's side. I'm not quite sure what exactly it was, but there was not a technical issue. Apparently he just paused the game and disappeared, pulled off a Houdini. And I'm not quite sure what exactly was going on there. Maybe it was his mom.
Masquerade, food's ready.
But Mom, I'm playing!
Come here now. I've been cooking for 2 hours. But Mom.
Something like that. We've all had that situation. For some of us, it's been a while, but you never know. Oh, that lockdown! Talking about my F. Yeah, there's this, the kill. Copenhagen moves out, and that was a quick kill right there against my F. Exactly the one that we talked about a second ago. So, yeah, good start for the Hardos. They get the first blood. Dino, they might get the second kill too. Dino's not gonna get out of this one. Jaina is dead. And that's 2 kills to 0. A little bit of map control for them. A chance to easily defend the wave in the middle. And they're flying down to take on Quasar. Doesn't lead to a kill, but he has the Hearthstone out. So, yeah, not too bad. Now at the bottom of the map, they might now go for the Siege Giants. We have level 4 talents kicking in for both. The Lurker Strain is in, and we get the Shielding Potion too. Nick is just watching Maiev as she's double checking if someone is claiming the Siege Giants at the bottom of the map. And instead it's her, and look who's coming in to party. It's Deckard Cain, the man with the staff, Muradin, Stormbolt, and no kill. Nick wasn't close enough. If he would have been able to just deliver a hit or two, that would be in the end of my F. But now all of the reinforcements are moving down to the bot lane. They are trying to make a play for Dino then again. And Dino is low, and Dino is dead. Jaina is dead again. Our little Frost girl over here is having some real trouble staying alive. Completed baseline would help with that, but that is going to take a long time. That's not going to happen anytime soon. So, towards the top, that's where we got Falstad right now with 17 gems. Masquerade has the same amount, so the two of them would just love to take each other out here. There are enough gems now for the Hardos to get a turn in. And they also take the camp bot side. So, things are getting better and better and better for them. It's not an insane lead, but so far everything that has happened has worked out to their favor. If they can now turn in and get the Web Weaver wave, that would be sweet. But of course, Team Wah is trying to interrupt that as best they can. They don't have great interrupts. I mean, a lot of the heroes that usually are used for interrupts are completely banned. They're not allowed in the tournament. Junkrat being a good example. Chromie being another one. I guess someone could have drafted Tyrande to try to get the Owl interrupts, but even that's not the case here. So level 7 talents are kicking in, just a little bit faster. Falstad is turning in now too. That's 40 gems in total that they delivered, another 10, and they get the first Web Weaver wave. 33 though for Team Wah, so they're not too far behind. And here comes the play for Bad Benny. The tether should be able to jump out. Not really too eager. And Jaina is dead again. Oh, but Muradin dies too. Alright, that was a good kill by Ultralisk. But Jaina is starting to worry me a little bit. That's the 3rd kill against her. She's really in trouble. Leo gets attacked. Nick is also experiencing a lot of pain as Rhaegar was trying to push him. Talking Rhaegar, he gets licked by the dinosaur. They're going for blow down here. Yes, they do. 4 kills, 2-1. Maiev also taking a bit of a beating. Damage output for Nick in particular is pretty high. He's at 20,000. 13,000 for Maiev. And they're starting to chase Masquerade now in the middle. Nobody has really delivered the turn in yet. But Banana H is trying to get them a bit closer. And Nick has to warp out and might still die. Nick is low. Ultralisk moves in. And is not able to deliver the final blow. But Nick was in serious trouble here. So is Dino, by the way. Dino is having real problems. If he gets his baseline completed, that's a different story. But at least for the time being, he's the primary target for the Hardos. And they've been doing really well putting the pressure on him. Making it very difficult for Jaina to get the damage out. 13,000. Maiev is sitting at 16k. Both teams still interested at that first turn in. And some freebie damage on Leo. That's a kill. Leo is dead. The guys, that's 17 gems. 17 gems and they are lost. The red web weavers, they're gonna descend first. And 17 gems have just been dropped by Leo. Leo turned into Leorki, activated the trade value, and then realized I kind of forgot that I had gems. No, it wasn't quite that, but still. So Bad Benny gets attacked over here, but they're not even trying. Murden, a little bit too powerful, but there's level 10. Oh, the timing! Level 10 and the Weep Weavers. So now 5 kills to 1, and they can go full on through that bot lane with the pressure that they have. Try to drop that fort, and that is such a tough spot to be in if you're the blue team. Yeah, they need to just sit as far back as they can, try and defend this somehow with a bit of poke, not die, wait for level 10, and then they can fight back. But until then, they're going to be in trouble. So here comes the attack. Ring of Frost, by the way. Down here, are they gonna go? Fly is in. There's the setup with the old man. The Gust into the corner on the other hand. Nick comes through with a bit of damage. The Ring of Frost, and they connected well. That's the end of Deckard Cain. Easy kill right here. Benny is low, and he might get away. And indeed he does. Yes, his trade is gonna kick in, but they still lost Deckard Cain. Now, they did some serious damage. They destroyed the entire wall in the middle. They took the fort at the bottom of the map and up at the top. I guess the gate suffered a few hit point losses. So it wasn't too bad. It wasn't really the best objective that I've ever seen on Tomb of the Spider Queen. But that was a pretty strong start. And it was a really, really strong one. Now, they still hold, of course, a slight advantage in gems. But they won't be able to interrupt Banana Age here now. But Benny was a bit too late for that. Level 10 on both sides allows them, of course, now to play on an even, or to fight on an even playing field here. So we got 5 to 2, and let's go. Topside damage is kicking in slowly. We got 50 stacks, by the way, for Falstad. So Hanzo is stacking this real nicely. Web Weavers are coming down. They need to try and go for the defense. They have the AoE. That's definitely it, for sure. Yeah, Phoenix down at the bottom of the map is already doing his thing. And he should be able to easily take it down. In the middle of the map, it's Dehaka who's defending. There's the ring. Dodged out. Bad Benny not eating the damage. Well done. Well done. It was a nice combo attempt too, just dropping the Blizzard in the middle. But it's more about the stun than anything else. The damage, of course, the burst that you receive is also quite impactful. But that was nicely handled by Bad Benny, so he made the best out of a bad situation. And now that the push in the mid lane is focusing on the fort, they're nearly all here to defend. Falstad is slowly coming in too, but the attack might still end up with them losing this one. Big salvo, connecting with all of them, dropping them a little bit lower, but they have no finishing move. The isolation is in, there's the sanctification, and they're gonna go for the fort. But they might not be able to take it. The fort is still there. Oh, Dynamo's back. That's 50 gems. Leo again dies. 15 gems. Banana Age is also in a bit of trouble. Bad Benny, he might fall here, and indeed he does. But they are recovering most of this. Masquerade now is 25 gems in total. And at the bottom of the map, it is Jaina that falls. Nick is protecting this too. Ooh, boy. 31 gems against 79. A 50 gem difference, pretty much, between Team Wah and the Hardos. And a level 13 talent to boot. As long as they, yeah, Gust to keep the gems in play. But that is rough. That's rough for the blue team. Now, they are still trying to deliver here, and so they should. Level 13 for both. But the advantage is definitely now in the hands of the red team. Nick should honestly deliver. Nick would do well to deliver his gems. He has 25s too. Falstad gets out. There's the Entomb. But Leo, I mean, good Entomb, don't get me wrong. But he's not able to do anything against that. And now they're being chased again, especially since Jaina isn't even here. This is a 5 versus 3 right now. Ultralisk, he is moving out. But they should be able to turn in now. And that's another turn in. Copenhagen with a 25. Someone else needs to deliver the final 4. That's probably going to be about it. Bad Benny with 1. Yasu with a 3 is just sitting there and finally realizes that 1 plus 4 is 1 plus 3 is 4, and well, 51 plus 4 is 55. So there we go. Quick math is hard. Caster math is even worse. Nick playing with the 28 gems that he's holding here. 8 kills to 3, and here's the chance to go for more structures. Take those forts down. They want Nick. And I can totally understand that. I would like to kill him too. 28 gems, of course you want to go for him. He's the juiciest target on the red team side. Of course you want to try and take him down. But he's always able to make his way out of the fight. Now mid lane gets attacked. Leo is already defeating the bottom to make sure that the keep is not going to suffer any damage. It's about level 16 as much as it is about taking down those structures. Because if they can get to level 16 during this push, it would make matters so much worse for the blue team. They open the sidewalls up. The fort in the mid lane is gone. 15.5. Web Weavers are taken down though. They're still doing a little bit of damage in the middle of the map, but they're starting to collapse onto the top lane instead. Yeah, if they get a lock on Dino or anybody else, they might try and get another kill in. 44,000 damage. Yeah, and there's the ult. Just putting extra pressure on Dino, but that did very little. Now, Maiev is also still there, but Benny is following the tether around. 16 is so close right now. The blue team is not going to fight this. Yeah, there it is. Extra talent kicks in. And up at the top, they're of course still attempting to force it. They're just waiting for some gust angle that Hazu finds to isolate someone. But so far, it's not happening. Of course, they're trying still to pressure. If they can use the level 16 talent advantage to go for the top fort, they'll do it. And Hazu is sitting at 80 stacks on Falstad. That's really good stacking. We're 12 minutes in. Yeah, Nick is delivering everything. There's the Stormbolt. Uh-oh. Dino. Alright. Nice connect. They turn it against the birdie. But Dino dies too. 12 gems. Can they isolate it? No. Banana H moves in and claims them. 4 versus 4 now. They go for the doggy. They go for the doggy. Sanctification. And he gets caught by Leo. No. Not like this. Leo catches his own support player and he dies. Now the red team is being chased though. Muradin is already dead. Dehaka is dead too. And Yasu is left alone? Phoenix died, but Yasu just said, alright, boys, I'm out of here. Thank you. See ya. Now, they lost a few gems, don't get me wrong, but they turned most of them in already. But yeah, check this one out. Look at the dog. Look at the dog. Gets caught by his own player. Gets trapped there, and then they say like, well, thank you very much for that layup. We're gonna take that. Easy kill. So yeah, still. Deckard Kane walks away from the fight. He's a happy panda. The blue team turns in. Both teams are on level 17. Structural situation is of course slightly different, but I think we can all agree that the fort in the middle and the fort at the top are not going to make it through this one. So seems like the blue team is able to equalize the position a bit. Actually, they might pull ahead here. Yeah, if they can do something at the bottom of the map too. It would be an easy one for them. So right now, there's Nick again. What's the damage looking like for our boy Phoenix? Yeah, 57. The ring did nothing. Ring of fail. That failed to hit anything. 57,000 damage. Falls on 38. Maiev on 40. 1-4 down. Top 4 is going to fall. Just a matter of time. Bottom of the map. If nobody moves down to deal with it, then this is also not going to make it. So yeah, seems like there's a good chance that the blue team is pulling ahead even. Fights could change that. And already Hazu is sitting at the side here. There's the gust. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Trouble brewing, baby. Where's that Sanct? Sanct is in on a 4 cooldown. And they need to get that out. Well, right now they might be able to get away even without it. But yeah, that Sanctification would have been pretty great. They could have maybe even turned it on them. But nope. Cooldown gets activated. And there's that. 10 kills to 7. Lot of gems still in their hands. And look at Bad Benny. Run, little dwarf. Run. The dwarf with a hop. Yeah, he's gonna die eventually. But it helps him to defend the bottom. So yeah, Muradin goes down, but the web weavers at the bot lane have now been destroyed. Nick was able to deal with this, and the rest of the team has dealt with the waves. So now we have 29 gems in their hands, but also Team Wah is gonna get a turn in very, very soon. They have another 2 gems missing before they hit the required amount. Level 19 versus level 18. Yeah, it's boss time. With 35 seconds on Muradin, can't blame them. Of course they're gonna go for boss. And that boss, top keep, most likely not, but maybe the wall, you know, open that up and then play around it a little bit later with another web weaver wave. Dequaza with the 32 turned in, good for him. Making sure that he's not gonna have any problems in the next team fight. or doesn't get ganked up. But it's all about level 20, the boss, and the web weavers. Because here it is. Blue web weavers are descending again. Diaga sneaking away and just hoping that nobody finds him. And yeah, Dequaza has no idea. So the boss gets attacked, but that allowed them to move into the middle, get the turn in for free. Level 20 is now also there. And with those Storm Talons, the Holy Arena kicking in. The Shadow Orb Huntress. There's a lot that they can do now. They want to go and get some keeps. The Cold Snap for the cooldown reduction is also ready. The Farseer's Blessing is in and buried alive. Yeah, and that leads us to the next big fight. Because after the Hardos were taking big leads in the game, it's now Team Wah that is pushing their agenda. They've taken the incentive and they're trying to really push this game, get it to snowball, and take down more than only one keep. First one is already dropped. As long as my F can survive. Rhaegar still has the Ancestral. Hazu nearly dying here, but he makes it, at least for now. Had to gust them away, though. And there's the Ancestral. But no second keep falls, at least not now. And the level 20 is available for the Hardos. So they have Storm Talons. It gives us the Contagion. Muradin, yeah, obviously, rewind for him. And the old man with respect the elderly. Yeah. Yeah, I tried to go for the Storm Bolt. Vault of the Warden. A little bit too trigger happy. If they can get a stun on my F, yeah, probably they won't be able to do anything. Rhaegar was close. But still, that would of course be fantastic. You get a kill there and, you know, then you chase them across the map a little bit. But the first keep is down and all of the forts are gone and they're still sieging up at the bottom of the map. Blue team wants the lead in the best of 3. Big damage, big damage. They're going for the kill on Leo. They try to get another one and they might just be able to make that happen too. There's already the push out. 3 are down. That's number 4. They nearly wiped the entire team. And they got enough gems for a turn in. That's the moment when you want to turn in. Turn in and push. Go for the structures. I honestly don't know why nobody turns in. Like, you want to push one way or another, but why they are not turning in right now, that is going to be a mystery to me. And that is just YOLO. So, Hazu commits an unintentional Sudoku, I assume. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that could have been played better. You have the camp, you can turn in, take the camp, push with both through the bottom. I don't really know what the thought process here was, but now they more or less just destroyed their own chances of snowballing this. I really don't get it. I really don't. 45 gems already turned in. They just needed another 20. They have plenty. They needed 15, sorry. And they had individual heroes that had enough. So they could have just turned in, taken the camp, take the bottom keep, and now they get nothing. Even if they push with false set through, they won't get more than the keep. If they get the web weavers, on the other hand, they might have gotten more than one keep, and with a few more kills after the respawn, they might have gotten the game. So, yeah, that was a bit of a questionable call, I think. But again, right now we have 9 kills to 14, and the red web weavers are descending after all. False set is back, so now they can push it. Their only problem is that the lanes are pretty much pressured out. So the bird should at least take this one down as quickly as possible to ensure that the web weavers are not going to spawn here. So, yeah, let this move through a little bit further. And, yep, there we go. And here comes the next fight. This is the big one. Win the battle and take it. Okay, they're trying to go for Dino again. Oh, good setup from Deckard Cain. And they dodge out on the ring. Another ring of fail. Another ring of fail. Here comes the gust. They're trying to go for Dino again. And the Sanctification turns it against Bad Benny. And he goes down. Benny down. Yasu dead. Double kill. Double kill against the Hardos. 3 are alive. 11 kills to 14. Godlike Sanctification right there. Everybody clustering up at the end of the team fight. And now they can go for the defense again. Bot lane suffers damage, but the keep is not gonna fall. Top fort, of course, gone. They are trying to get a kill down here, but I don't think they can. I don't think anybody is stupid enough to move straight to the middle here. Yeah, don't face check bushes at this point. Now, they got a boss up, and that's the real big issue. But with 2 globals, you can go for the keep. So they're going for the keep as the blue team goes for the boss. And guys, they're going to go core. They have to go core. They have to force them back. They got to go for the core. They are pushing as quickly as they can. First Hearthstone is happening. Masquerade is moving away. They're not going core. I thought they would try and push this and force them to Hearth. Then again, they don't see them either, so they don't really know what's going on. But they're going to try and make a play. There's the core attempt. Alright, a little bit later. So they try to still go for the core now that they realize that they are moving through the top. Hearth cancel, Hearth cancel, Hearth cancel. Only Leo is going back. That ring, they hope to tether back Benny into the ring, but that didn't work. 93% on the core, by the way. Hanzo gets attacked. Not sure if he can fly out here. Should be able to, honestly. I'm not quite sure if he still has the cooldown up. Yeah, and here's the attack. Hanzo's gonna die to Leo, very likely. Yep, there's the kill. They go for the tether, and the kill just before the Ancestral connects. Rhaegar trying to go for the Self-Ancestral. That didn't work. But Benny's still in the back, trying to distract him as much as he can, while the boss is already on the core. Leo is on his way. Catapults are coming in too. Bad Benny is alive. 86,000 damage by Phoenix, but the core is falling, and it's falling quickly. They're trying. Ultralis, 64%, 50. They're trying their best. The salvo! And it's over. Team with the victory in game number 1 of the best of 3 series. Nicely done. The blue team with a win.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Map number 2, Towers of Doom. Let's go. So, we have 30 heroes pre-banned, as explained, and now 10 more are not allowed to be picked anymore in this series. So, essentially, 40 heroes are already out. 40 out of 90 in total. That leaves 50 still up for grabs, but especially the tanks are getting pretty rare right now. So we're heading into the second map. It was a nice back and forth. It was a little bit of a weird map, honestly. Tomb Spider Queen, a couple of the calls were a bit on the strange side, and I think the Hardos could have won that. I mean, could have, should have, would have, doesn't really matter at the end of the day. The result is that Team is ahead with a 1-0, and they want to make this a quick 2-0 to move on to the grand final and send the Hardos packing into the losers bracket. But can they do it? We'll find out. Kerrigan is banned as we're heading into towers. Now both of the globals are already gone. The Vikings are still up. Not gonna lie, I expect the Vikings to be banned. We've seen quite a few Towers of Doom games, and in more or less all of them, the Vikings got banned. This one, as you can see, isn't an exception. Vikings get banned once again. And yeah, that leads us straight to ban number 2, and it is Sylvanas that gets eliminated here. So, okay. Now, the final ban in the first ban phase could also, of course, still target some of the tanks at the front line, maybe even a couple of the supports. The Hardos, they have first pick, so you can start around that. We're looking at the support. Tyrande, keep her in mind. She's been played a lot whenever you had some kind of pre-stun. And Variant, for example, is up. So right, technically you could go into Variant, Tyrande plus burst damage. That would be neat. Oh, but they banned Abathur. Why you hate the Slug? Why you hate the Slug? Do we like this choice?
Nope.
We don't. No, we do not. We want the Slug. We want the slaps. We want to have Abathur just doing his thing, you know? Medivh for Hanzo. That's becoming a little bit of a theme here. That we get Medivh eventually. Yeah, and of course he's still strong. But I gotta say, every single player that played Medivh today seriously struggled to get his stacks together. Some never got them. And others died multiple times when they were above 30 stacks. So, yeah, there's that. But alright, so with that, we now have Genji and Ragnaros. I mean, if you get Ragnaros within the first pick rotation, you're definitely in a Meta Madness game. I mean, 100%. Or you're just playing the shit show known as Quick Match. One of the two. So, Ragnaros is in. Very, very quick pick. And together with that, a Genji. We've seen Lava Wave. Last time Ragnaros was played here, it was with Lava Wave. So... fairly interesting start into the draft. Jimmy comes in. Yep, Reyna and Copenhagen Sonya. Sonya swirling through the opponent's front line with the Whirlwind and trying to get some health back. Plus Medivh behind her with a quick shield whenever things that get dire. There's a lot of survivability on our girl. Now we still haven't seen any supports, any tanks being picked. There's still a few up here, but you could also, as we've seen before, go into some kind of triple bruiser lineup. And Imperius is also still up, so we always talk about like the main tanks, but also about Imperius that could be played here, and Imperius is up. The variant ban makes a whole lot of sense if you think about how bad Benny for a long time played nothing but variant. And variant would also work quite well, as explained, if you are picking, for example, into Tyrande as your support. So banning him out is not a bad choice at all. For me, the question is more so what exactly is Masquerade now going to pick for his tank? Is he going to go into Mal'Ganis? Is he going to play ETC here? Or is he maybe even going into Arthas or Imperius? So those are pretty much the only 4 choices that you have. And Imperius is taken off the table. So that would still allow you to prep some kills, maybe prep a Sulfuras by stunning a target out with ETC, Howling Blast on Arthas. And they go Cho'Gall! They go Cho'Gall! Alright. Cho'Gall in the house, everybody! Malthael is up and could be played. But then you have Sonya Malthael as your front line, and you don't really like that. So I suppose if they want to go into Tyrande, they can apply the Hunter's Mark. The problem is Tyrande is squishy, and once that Cho'Gall is gaining some momentum and jumps on her, she's going to be in trouble. So yeah, that makes things real spicy. That made things tricky. We got another Cho'Gall game, everybody. Zul and Alexstrasza. Here they are. Zul and Alexstrasza. Zul and Sonya at the front with Medivh. Another Cho'Gall game here at Meta Madness. And Yrel as the last pick. Resurrect is in the house. Ladies, we're ready. Game number 2 is coming up. Towers of Doom. Cho'Gall is getting played again. Our second map in the winner bracket final between Team Wa and the Hardos. Game number 2, Cho'Gall. The ogres in the house. Dequaza on Cho. We got Banana H on Yrel, Masquerade on Ragnaros, and Ultralisk is playing Gal with Dainu on Genji. Level 1, the Calloused Hide. On the right side of the map, the Hardos with Nick on Jimmy. We got Bad Benny on Sonya. Yeah, main tank Sonya. Copenhagen on Zul. Yasu on Alexstrasza. And Hazops is playing Medivh. Let's go. Game number 2. This is the second time that they're playing Cho'Gall. They already played Cho'Gall once before. It was on the same map. So, yep. Apparently the Hardos did not really think that they would do it again here. Level 1, we got the Searing Light coming in from our girl. And we also have the Engulfing Flame. The focus from Ragnaros into the Blast Wave. Pretty much, mandatory. Early in the game, that's when Cho'Gall is a bit more vulnerable, but once that you're hitting the late game and he has his Molten Core and all of these things, then it's nearly impossible to take him down. You need to really lock him into place, so this is not going to be an easy game at all. Cho'Gall is actually quite powerful if you take all of these counters that exist against him off the map, and I mean, that's pretty much what Meta Madness does. Meta Madness eliminates so many choices that some of the picks that you in a normal setup would never go for become incredibly powerful because the natural predators are just gone. Good first kill against Ragnaros, so he's down. Yeah, Ragnaros gets quickly eliminated. And there's a lot of wave clear here too. So you can try and play a bit of a macro game against Cho'Gall. One of the big downsides of playing him is, of course, that you only have 4 bodies on the map. So out-rotating the big fat ogre is sometimes a little bit easier than dealing with him. And killing Ragnaros this quickly up at the top definitely was a step into the right direction. With Medivh portals and quick rotations supported by this, you can do a lot here. But again, later on it's going to be tricky. Down here, Genji, they're buying time. Genji bought time, and that's all the Dino was supposed to do, and they steal it away. Do they get a kill too? They just might. Ooh, yes they do. Medivh is down, loses the few stacks that he had thus far. Obviously, this early in the game, it's not that big of a deal. But yep, they get another kill. They're jumping, and oh my god, the whip as well. Benny is in trouble, and he dies to Genji. What a slaughter. What an absolute slaughter. Not only did they steal the pumpkin camp, but they also took 3 kills, and now they are they're taking the bell tower. I was thinking, well, they're gonna get it low, but they just took it, and they go for another kill. Genji! I was waiting for the Swift Strike. There is no way Dino had the cooldown up. I didn't realize he already used it. If he still had the cooldown, he would have used it to get the kill here. Yeah, he comes in now, gets the kill, zips out. Jimmy is dead. Dino is just fucking smurfing. Honestly, Dino is just smurfing at this point. He played a couple of games today that were so ridiculous, but this is definitely up at the top. What? 4 kills to 1, and Dino is just running circles around them. We have a level lead already. 1 level lead right now. Portals are coming in. Bad Benny is trying to go for Masquerade again. Dino with a blast wave. Zips through. Bad Benny is dead. And guess who's next? Seems like Copenhagen is going to get away for now, because Dino decided to have some mercy. Now, first he had to ask the rest of the teammates, like, guys, like, what is this mercy that I'm hearing about all the entire time? And after it was explained to him, it was like, ah, okay, so, well, then I guess I'll let Zul live for now. I'm gonna get him later. I'm trying to be a merciful overlord. So, yeah, here we go. But Shogal is obviously also another problem that they have to deal with. It's not only Dino that is just realizing all of that freedom by killing opponents wherever they stand. Nope, it's also Cho'Gall, who is getting stronger and stronger as the game continues, and the more talents are kicking in for him, especially since his defenses are going to be up and it's much harder to take him down. But now we have more than a level lead for Team Wah, and that means that we're closing in on level 10. Out of the first objective, they got quite a few shots fired, so it's 30 against 37, thanks to the bell tower conversion that they got initially. That's a massive lead. That's a huge lead, but this could be the kill, and it... yeah, there it is. Alex Straza, you go, girl. All right. And now Banana Age is alone. Yeah, Banana Age gets also killed. So, bad moment for Yrel. She had some friends, and then they were all gone, and then Yrel dies too. So that's the way that the Hardos can close that gap and close it quickly. But that was obviously a pretty shocking start into the game. So now they're starting to recover slightly. And they're just sitting there, it's like, okay guys. Einmal locker durch die Hose atmen, bitte. Just relax. Play it out. Shrug it off. And focus. Because they are already down 1 map. They can't lose this one. Well, they can. They would drop down into the loser's bracket. But that's not really where you want to be. So Cho'Gall is still jumping out. Yeah, they get some damage. Yeah, it's actually a lot of damage. That's 50%. Easy peasy. But level 10 ability is about to kick in for them now. Dino. Yeah, Dino's having fun. There's not a lot of lockdown on the other side. I mean, look at this lineup. They don't have a lot of CC. And he knows it. So right now, Alex Straza is doing her best. He has the level 10 abilities. That gives us, again, the Hammer of Twilight. And another kill for Dino. Yep. With the help of Gal, they get this one in. So now Sonya is dead, and that is 6 kills to 4. They got level 10. They're chasing Hanzo too. And Hanzo is at 24 stacks. Hanzo! Medivh! No! Not like this! And he's dead. And he lost them all. 24 gems lost. They get their level 10, but here's the channel. And yeah, that is... That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. Yeah, Lifebinder's in Wrath of the Berserker. The ley line. And, of course, they are going straight in for the next potential kill. The whip, it cracks him up. Straight into the wall. Benny comes in, connects it with Dequaza. Yrel, she has so much hope here. More than enough for the two of them. 8 kills to 4, and Shogal is just reigning supreme at this point. With Hanzo losing all of the stacks. The Ripperoni. What's the damage at? 20,000 to 16,000? Yeah, I'm just waiting for that blast wave engage with Dino again. I mean, it's not quite the same thing as if you're playing it out with Anduin, of course. But still. Masquerade, on the other hand, locked down. Yeah, gets the Sulfuras in, but he still dies. Yeah, he tried his best to get out of this, but Medivh's portals sometimes are just a little bit too OP. Now, the problem is that Shogal at the bottom of the map didn't give a shit about Ragnaros. He doesn't care. He's like, what do you mean raid boss? Screw that guy. Have you looked at me? So yeah, he's the real raid boss in this game. Now, he moved down and nearly retook that bell tower. 8 kills to 5. And to be fair to the Hardos, they're doing their best to close the gap. And they have now limited it to half a level, roughly. So they're not too far behind. But they're still 3 kills behind. And it just feels that as the game continues, it will be harder for them to take the bad boy down. Because now that level 13 is nearly kicking in for Team Wah, we can all agree that likely Molten Core is next on the talent tree. And that would make it really difficult. You already have an Yrel behind you with Aegis. Then you now have Molten Core on top of that. That's a lot of tools you can use, especially if you have good communication and coordinate that properly. Now, level 13 is half a level away for the red team. Here's the channel. Banana H not getting it. Hanzo is sitting there, interrupting him. He doesn't have a lot of stacks, so he can make some aggressive plays. Dino had to zip out. He's really low, so he's just trying to escape here, but Bad Benny's in trouble. Tries to go for the spin to win. They're putting the pressure onto Cho'Gall, and that's a lot, but the heals are there too. Molten Core already used. Aegis is still up, so even if the shit hits the fan, Yrel can drop the ult, and she did. And they're keeping Cho'Gall alive. So that might be the channel for the Hardos. They got level 13 talent themselves now. But it's not there yet. Dino, he's low. He's looking for engage opportunities, but he doesn't find them. And the blue team is starting to suffer a bit. But Ragnaros going for the trade and zoning them out completely. Yeah, we haven't seen him use it once yet. So now we can zone them out, create a little bit of space for Team Wah. Give them some time. Some of the cooldowns on the fountain are gonna come back up. Dino's finally back on full HP, so he might be able to get into the backline again. And here's the ley line. Ley line is in. Genji trying to make sure that they have some space here. Good shield. And Cho'Gall is dead. There's the kill. The Hardos. Yeah, all of a sudden they're back to business. 8 kills to 7. They have the channel. And they are slightly behind in points on the core by 7. But this is exactly the kind of plays that they need to make. Kill Cho'Gall, drop him, and then take it from there. Push the momentum through the bottom of the map, take that down, and maybe even claim the bell tower. They got it to 50. Dino is still needling away at them, but getting it this low is already a big step into the right direction. If you get some pumpkins, they can take care of it. They're now rotating into the middle. Masquerade has to be a bit careful, of course, as he's now making his move back towards the top, trying to catch all of the experience here as well. And down here, a bit more damage as Bad Benny is just slamming it away at the wall, one hit after another. And they go for him again. Masquerade, and he's gonna die. Yeah, Little Rag is not small enough to fit through that gap that they left here. So Ragnaros dies again, but the bell tower at the bot lane gets taken. They're going for counter plays now, so it's not always reacting to your opponent's plays in the sense that you're trying to get onto the same lane and push them back, but just the attempt to go for additional plays on the other side of the map and maybe trade evenly, because obviously the Hardos are now taking this bell tower too, and they got the kill on Genji, so that was an important one. And I also think that was the first one for him, right? Yeah, Genji only died once. Alexstrasza didn't die at all. And now it's about the pumpkins down here. Yeah, that could be 3 points that connect. Yep, and they do. 3 shots connected. Let's get Bad Benny out of here. Puts the whip out, but here comes the engage. They're trying to cut them off. And cut off they are. It's a double altar now, and they're a little bit split. They can take the minion wave down, and they should probably try to do exactly that. But the blue team is definitely split. There's a huge wedge between them. A huge red wedge. And here's the channel, thanks to that. So first channel is already through. That's 4 shots fired. Cho'Gall is still trapped on the wrong side. I mean, they can't get to the rest of the team. So they have to try and go through the bottom of the map now, which they finally are able to do. And the real fight breaks out over the last altar in this phase. 8 kills, 2-9, level 16 on both sides. Sulfuras, the life binder on Jimmy, and they get that connected. But the portals are also putting Nick in some trouble. Everybody's low, but Genji dies. Genji dies. Look how low they are. If he got some swift strike resets, he might have been able to take them all down. Now we got Masquerade with the completed channel. The 4 shots are fired. They won the fight, but they lost the objective. The Hardos down another 4 points on the core. Now it's 19 to 29. Oh boy. Now they're about to retake the bottom bell tower, so there's at least something. Or at least they're trying, but Cho'Gall is back. Cho'Gall now also with the Rune Gauntlet over here. Maybe Molten Core. Aegis first. Okay, Masquerade is here too. Could put the trade up as well. I think he has it ready. And yes, indeed he does. So now they're trying to go for Bad Benny. And they're getting some damage out. They're buying time. But Cho'Gall is low. They need to get him out of there. And here comes the portal. They want Ragnaros. They want all of them. And they're likely to get at least 1 or 2. Yeah, Cho'Gall is on the run. Masquerade, he has an oh shit moment as he realizes that he's not going to get out of this one alive. And with Cho'Gall this low, there's just nothing that Team can do about this. Guys, the Hardos. The Hardos are starting to control this, and it is impressive. 11 kills to 8, and as difficult as it is for them to fight against Cho'Gall, they're doing it really well. Hanzo is still working on the stacks. He's at 17. But they're trying to bring this to game number 3. And of course now the blue team eager to at least retake the top bell tower so that they put this into a 4 versus 4 position again. But Jimmy is already at the bottom of the map. And he wants to take the lead for them with the triple altar phase coming up. That would be 10 points to your opponent's core if you can take 2 of them. And yep, they're gonna claim it right now. And oh my god, 6 pumpkins! Yeah, Ragnaros has to deal with this. And that means that they're gonna get some free channels. Oh yeah, Nick is already at it. And they're invading at the top left even. Look how low Genji is. Ragnaros had to go down to the bottom of the map to deal with the pumpkins. The first 5 shots are fired. Alexstrasza gets another 5. Massive barrage. Massive barrage. Are you shitting me? 19 to 19. Oh my god, that one hurt. And they are not satisfied with this. They want more. They want the top left too. If they get a chance, if they get a kill, they're going to take it. The ley line is in. Ley line is ready. Hanzo is a little bit low. He's at 22 stacks. He don't want to die again. But they are pushing everybody back. The entire blue team is low. Yrel is trying to heal them up as quickly as she can. 5 bell towers, 2-3. Cho'Gall, of course, doing his thing, but they are putting pressure onto the bell tower in the mid lane to make matters even worse. If they claim this one, even if Team Wah gets the channel, it would only be 2 points off the core of the Hardos. And that would be the dream. Look at the experience, 19.5. You play this out a bit more, delay it, and you're going to be in an even better spot. There's the connect, Banana H, nicely done. Genji completed the channel at the top. Alexstrasza was a bit too late. And that's 3 shots fired after all. 16 against 19. But still, well done by the Hardos. It's awesome back and forth. Really fun plays here. Team Wah with a lot of aggression from Cho'Gall for sure. But the Hardos are reacting time and time again. And now the damage output, 54,000. Ooh, self-Aegis, that could be a problem. Ley line against 2. Sonya sitting there, is like, just let me kill her. Just let me kill her. And Banana H gets away. What? Oh, I think they just screwed themselves out of a kill. Yeah, that ley line after the Aegis. I mean, Aegis is kind of nice. The problem is you always paint a bit of a bullseye on yourself. Or on the target, so yeah. Level 20 talents are ready. And with that, we now got the Duskwing. Alright, Duskwing is in. The Spear. They're going real aggressive here. Composite Spear, Mortal Wound. I mean, Composite Spear even. Damn. Medivh is cheating. They want to be aggressive around this, and I can totally understand that. I mean, the additional range, the armor that you get out of all of this. So if they can connect and chase them down, that would be fantastic. And armor gets lowered on this one too. That puts more pressure onto Cho'Gall whenever he's the target. And you connect those spears pretty easily. So now another pumpkin camp is taken. And they took the bell tower in the middle too. So we're talking about 6 bell towers against 2. That's a massive lead. That's an insane lead. Blue team with level 20. Double altar phase. Now, we're talking a lot about the Hardos, but let's not forget that the blue team is still ahead. Storm Talons on both sides. Slight advantage on the points. Yeah. But they might not get... Okay, Genji. Genji's gonna go for the interrupt. But over here, this one you're not gonna interrupt. That's 6 points. 6 points down. Blue team needs a win. They need a team fight victory. There's no other way. They're now behind on core points. Pumpkins made it through. 3 of them. It's an endless barrage at the core. 10 points only. They were massively ahead. Now they have 10 points to 16. Cho'Gall is in trouble. Choke point gets used. They want him, but they don't get him. Genji in the back. He wants the kills. Lifebinder. Genji in trouble. Cho'Gall with the block. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. And he is Aegis. Banana. The kills. Genji dead. And that's the end of Cho'Gall. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is game. You take the channel, you go for boss, and you end it. They have so many ways to end the game right now. Boss would end it after they take this one. They could go for the barrage. Ragnaros is just not enough. We are going to game number 3, everybody. Unless we have a miracle move by Masquerade, this is going to go to the 3rd game. Masquerade, he's trying. He's 1v3, and he's trying what he can. Copenhagen is low, but they're going to get the kill here. Yeah, but they also are losing the boss if they're playing it out like they do now. Alright, Raggy is down, and that is it. Nicely done. Great games, great plays. Both sides with some pretty sweet moves, but the Hardos are the ones to claim the W on Towers of Doom, and we are going to game number 3 in the winner bracket final of Meta Madness. GG and well played. Dragonshire, the final map. We are going the full distance here. And we still have some heroes up that could be really good here. Now again, 20 heroes are banned because they were already played in the series, and 30 heroes are pre-banned because they get eliminated from the entire tournament. All voted on by the community, and yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys, but this is going to be pretty awesome. We got the Vikings banned right away. Personally, I expect a ban on Rexa, since he is also still up. And we could see a very interesting side laner choice. We have already seen a couple of games with our boy Gazlo, and this might just be another one. So, just a quick reminder, we have 5 supports left. 5. Karazim, Lily, Morales, Tyrande, and Whitemane are the 5 supports that are still available to be picked. Abathur just gets banned again. Honestly, like, Team Wa, they hate this luck. I don't really understand why. We all would love to see her. Rexa gets banned. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest, as I already pointed out as we headed into the draft. He is insanely strong on Dragonshire and gets even banned here when there are no pre-bans at all. So, we got a couple of melee assassins still up for the picking. Now, Kerrigan got banned, but he could still go Alarak, he could still go Illidan, for example. Kira is also still up for the taking, and she has been played multiple times. But we're starting things off with a pick into Sylvanas, okay. I mean, technically you could really try to choke your opponent out on either the tanks or the supports, I assume. But for that to happen, I guess someone would have had to ban some of them out too. I don't think that you can get away by just double picking. So, now on Dragonshire, what are the Hardos starting things off with? Li Ming. Yeah, and Karazim. Alright. Yeah, they go aggressive. Now, we've seen a lot of Tyrande. Tyrande could have been played too. You still have Varian, by the way. So Varian and Tyrande is a potential combo that you could go for. All you need after that is picking some decent damage, of course. ETC is also still available. Could even play him side lane if you want to go for the global. So, there's that. No way! Finally! Artanis! Yeah, people wanted Artanis. There's Artanis. It took 50 banned heroes, but we finally have him. So they go for Artanis and for Arthurs. Okay. Could ban a support now. Yeah, with so few supports left, you could ban one out and force the hand a little bit. Maybe even go into a double support yourself. But they ban Alarak. Triple front line, they don't want to deal with that. We get Artanis, everybody. Now the only thing that we kind of need is a Butcher at some point. But I don't see that happening outside of the grand final when we're heading into a best of 5. So yeah, Artanis is finally here. I mean, let's see if they can win it. But yeah, so Artanis gets taken. And what else gets banned? ETC. That leaves Varian and Mal'Ganis open as tanks. Varian and Mal'Ganis are the 2 tanks. Ah, Imperius is up too. Imperius is actually available too. Okay, so I guess technically you have 3. Unless you want to frontline with Chen, which you could. But yeah. Still good choices. Bad Benny with variants, been playing it time and time again, so... Yeah, why wouldn't you? Tyrande and Kira. And they keep their options open for after they see the final 2 picks on the blue team side, which tank they're gonna go for. Again, good choices. Mal'Ganis, Imperius, Varian, all 3 of them solid. And they pair well with Tyrande too. So they can play a little bit reactionary. But yeah, Kira is in again. Get Tyrande together with it. So double support. It's a double support after all. Which limits the choices of the blue team again. It's Lily! We got Lily, baby! Artanis and Lily on the same team. Useless. Okay, yeah, that's better madness for you. Arthas, Artanis, and Lily. Oh my god, let's go. Can they win with this? I mean, I guess they can. And there's Chen. Chen, Karazim, Tyrande. Oh boy. Oh boy. Dragonshy, everyone. I have no clue. Game 3, we're going the full distance on this one. Dragonshire, team against the Hardos. Let's go. Here we go. It is the final map in the winner bracket. One of these 2 teams will move on to the grand final. The other will drop down into the losers bracket. Interesting choice on level 1, Protector of Ire. That is an insane trash talent in my opinion. Now, we've seen that in ARAMs a couple of times when we were just like, you know, casting some community games for fun, and it never really felt like that talent would do anything. But maybe they can get something out of it. Time will tell. We have seen a lot of kills throughout these games, so yeah, might change things up a little bit. Dequasa's playing Artanis. We got Banana H on Lily, Dino on Sylvanas, Ultralisk on Gul'dan, and Masquerade on Arthas. Hazu on Tyrande, Nick is playing Liming. We got Copenhagen on Chen, Bad Benny. He's playing Kira, and Yasu on Karazim. Alright, let's see what Artanis can do here. If he can do anything at all. A couple of nice swaps would be cool. He is already working on them. Kira is jumping in too. Whee! Just sliding around. Oh, that was nearly a kill. Yeah, that was clutch. So the Panda is trying to heal everybody up. One of the problems with Lily is obviously that you can't target your heals. So that's an issue. But Artanis, how much can he stack? Is it going to be enough to really have an impact here? Stun of Hazu comes a second too late, or it could have been a kill again against Masquerade. But I gotta admit that the lineup for the Hardos seems to be pretty strong. The double support in particular is quite powerful here, as long as they keep the supports away from the front lines. This goes especially for Hazu, of course. Masquerade with Arthas, they walk Bad Benny down, and that's a kill. Yeah, that's a kill against Kira. Kira is dead, and topside Chen against Dequasa. Alright, so first blood is in. It's the blue team that is locking in the first one. On the right side, we got Hazu, we got Nick, and they are taking those slowly but steadily. The siege giants are going to be claimed on both sides. The first objective is up. We could see that Dragon Knight. Level 1 gives us also the Echoed Corruption. Arthas went into Rhyme for the extra armor, and Chen is already drinking over here. They're trying to force them back at the bottom, where Ultralisk is currently holding the point, but up at the top they're losing out on it. The Panda just sustains himself through all of it. They're going for a bit of a play, trying to get Dino killed, but doesn't quite work. Dino is eating a lot of damage, but they're not able to deliver the final blow. He was waiting for that stun, obviously, so that didn't quite happen. But Karazim has now moved towards the top again, and he's always looking for that gank against Artanis topside, who, by the way, now went into the Psionic Synergy as his level 4 talent. Lily with a Surging Winds, and at the bot lane, it's the defense against Siege Giants gets now prioritized. By the way, this time no dominance, we get the Terran for it instead. You have a double support behind you, regardless. On the big team fights, that shouldn't really be an issue. But Benny just needs to be really careful that he stays away from the frozen wastes of Arthas, because getting slowed down by him has already caused a few problems earlier for Kira. There's an attempt, and oh boy, that was close. That was really close. That spear might have been the end of Dino, but the heal keeps Benny in play. Dino is also to make Dino is also able to make it out. There we go. Yeah, sometimes words are hard. Okay, top side. A bit of damage, but Bad Benny is always dropping super low here. He needs to be really careful or he's eventually going to get taken out again. Now the stacks are coming together for him. He went into the Fatal Wounds and now upstage on level 4. In the middle of the map, they're already waiting for rotation from the bottom. Yasu and Chen are both here. It's a trap! The bait! The bait! And they took it! But Copenhagen should be fine. Especially with Yasu around. But of course that allows topside Dequaza to take the control again over the shrine. And they're still fighting it out here. Yeah, we are 3-4 minutes in. A lot of the guys have been brawling most of the time, but we've only had a single kill in this game yet. Banana H with his Lily is still trying to keep everyone alive. 33 stacks for Artanis. Again, you need so many stacks to make this thing really worthwhile. Now we got the Chrono Surge, and we also have the Icebound Fortitude here. And the control is time and time again in the hands of Team WA. They're always there with the double shrine control, but they so far haven't been able to lock anything in the middle. Now we also got Calamity. Yeah, in comes the interrupt, there's the stun, and the kill! They timed it perfectly. Nicely done, no chance at survival for Sylvanas. Good thought process there. So yeah, that was a bit of a trap that they laid themselves, and that was a fantastic kill. Now down here, we have Li Ming already moving away. Still, Karazim could go up against Artanis, gets a few free hits in, so good for him. That's actually gets a lot of free hits in. They're trying to take this over and get the double control on the shrines themselves for a potential early Dragonite. Siege Shrines, of course, also are still up, and they're taking those too. And up at the top, Dequaza against 2 swaps himself to safety. Good for him. Yeah. Artanis was trying to survive here. Talking about survival. Down at the bottom, Kira gets attacked again. But Dino is also receiving a lot of damage every single time he moves into these fights. So the two of them, they're always playing a bit of a game of chicken. Who's willing to stay in the longest to dish out more damage? Who moves away first? Who is about to die? Yeah, the Panda comes in. Level 10 abilities are getting closer for the two teams. It's getting spicy here. I like it. And they're going for a kill at the bottom against Ultralisk. And guess what? Nick locks the shots in. So now we have the double control on the shrines again, thanks to Artanis taking over the top. But at the bottom, Li Ming takes control. They fall into that little trap here, and Masquerade gets dropped down to 50% HP because of it. Has, of course, also his own place that he goes through with the Death Coil. But level 10, any moment now. Top cake plays, most likely, for the Panda again. But we could see a couple of surprises here, especially on the side of Lily. We expect the Jugs. But what is Artanis going to do? Is he going to go for the laser? Then we need to double check if the opponent's team knows the secret counter strategy. Well, Sylvanas is dead again. So they got her once more. Yasu is still alive. There are the Jugs. And they go for also Arthas, who pops the army right away. And he's still gonna die. Still gonna die. 7-sided strike. He's not even moving through it. And Arthas dies. Now it took way longer than I expected. Oh, and there it is. The Purifier Beam. Yeah, there is a secret counter. So not a lot of people know this. But just in case that you don't, I mean, again, you're here to learn something, right? So if you are not aware of it, the Purifier Beam has a secret counter. Walk away. Just walk away. So yeah, as long as you walk away from it, it doesn't do jack shit. And that's pretty much what they're doing right here. So you walk away, not walk into it. But yeah, they can't get the kill against Artanis, but there's that. In an ideal world, you want to combo something that stuns the target out. Now, Arthur supplies that with the Howling Blast and also the Frozen Tempest. If the two of them coordinate, then Artanis might actually get quite a bit of value out of this little move here. The problem is really that if you're looking at Plastic League players and Wood League players, they always say like, yeah, but if someone is running away, they don't participate in a team fight. Those are mostly the players that never heard of mechanics. Talking about mechanics! That wasn't the mechanic that he didn't expect. But yeah, those are the players that don't know about stutter step mechanics and how you can actually play around that and still weave some auto attacks into your movements. But that being said, if you combo it off well with Arthas, I could see that get some traction. And they take the fort down at the bottom of the map. But that was a little bit of a sad move there for our girl. I'll double check that out. Up at the top. Here it is again. Whee! And that Benny was just like, the fuck just happened to me? So yeah, that was, yeah. That was unexpected, I suppose. Dragonite is taken, level 12 to level 12, still a slight lead. Oh, but now Artanis. Yeah, he has the same problem. Li Ming is moving away from the laser show. Masquerade is pausing the game. I mean, every single game they have something like this going on. What is it with these continuous 3-2-3 moments on the side of Team Wa? Is Masquerade again having some trouble here, or what's happening with this one? Now, they lost Quasar, but the rest of the team is still fine. They got the Dragonite up at the top. We got level 13 talents, by the way. They're just now popping in. Haven't been taken yet. 85 stacks for Artanis. Now, I gotta emphasize this again. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. It looks like a lot, but yeah, you're not really doing a whole lot of extra damage through that. So you need to get way more into the late game if you want to make a significant impact with this one. Now, the Dragonite is still up at the top. Down here, seems like he's gonna die. There's a Horrify. Oh, but Li Ming takes aim and gets the hits through. 13 versus 13. Topside pressure on the fort. Sylvanas has to move away from this one. And they might be able to do some damage here. Can they prevent her from jumping? There she is. The Owl connects, but there's no stun. So yeah, they're just moving out. And Gul'dan is already moving top anyways. So yeah, reinforcements are coming. 14 stacks for Gul'dan, by the way. At 16, you kind of want to be done. And that does not seem likely. Ultralisk is just not getting the stacks in as reliably as he would probably hope. The team fights just haven't really given them a big opportunity for that. 30,000 damage for Kira. 19,000. 20,000 for Sylvanas. Yeah, and by now, a lead in experience for the Hardos. So they're a little bit ahead despite the fact that they haven't taken any structures down. Structurally, Team Wa is ahead. But of course, as those kills keep coming in, the death timers increase. And that gives more control to the red team. And they're coming in for the point fight. 7-sided strike. Here comes the keg. The laser show. And he's slowed down. That's where Arthur shines. Yes! That's how you get Artanis value. Arthas and Artanis. The dream team. Everybody in the back is low, and Fat Illidan is jumping in, but he dies too. The Panda is dead. We get some Panda on Panda action over here. Karazim is down, Chen is down, Tyrande is down. The blue team with the victory in the team fight. The big double siege giant play at the bottom of the map as they are pushing for the keep wall. But yeah, nicely done. You actually get value out of the laser if you combo it off with Arthas. He slows everybody down, has on 13 the Biting Cold now, and he has the Howling Blast. If you combo that together, then all of a sudden, that ult is worth it. Finally, you're doing some damage with it. So, good for them. The combo is working out nicely. At least in a choke point like this one. If anything, I'm a bit surprised that the Hardos just said, you know what, we're going to engage into that fight. That seemed like a bit of a bait too, but yep. So now we got level 16 versus 16 any second. We even have the Remorseless Winter in, so now you got to be really careful. If he runs you down hard. There's a lot of control from Arthas. Him in the middle of things, whew, you got to be careful. Now, at the same time, with level 16 talents, we also get Empower, after we already had the Harsh Moonlight come through. And, of course, for Karazim, it is the Cleanse. Cleansing Touch, and he has already the triple connects. They're still fighting over the next objective, and Bad Benny takes control over the bottom. Damage output? Where's Artanis at? 23,000, and Copenhagen is dead. Unless he kicks out. And he kicks away. Yep. And makes it out of the fight. But the fort has now fallen. So good for him. Saves himself. That was good. A little bit of a trap down here at the bottom. The Panda, of course, has to heal up at the Nexus. And it's now Team Wa that is able to push the game a little bit. They are the ones making the decisions. The Hardos are following, on the other hand. They are attempting to just react to what's going on here. But I like that the blue team is now calling the shots. Yeah, the momentum has definitely shifted a little bit. And Yasuo has to move away. He can't go one-on-one here. But they're still waiting in the middle. And they have a few more moving in. It's a trap. They're definitely going to double check that. Gul'dan is going to come in with a hit any moment now. Arthas is already a part of the game here. There's the stun against Sylvanas. Good for them. Masquerade. Hey, look at him. He's not afraid at all. Together with Dequaza, the two of them have a huge amount of HP. So it's a beefy front line that they present. And whenever you have Arthur slowing them down, and in those choke points, Dequaza dropping the laser, that is quickly turning into a death zone. Especially if Gul'dan has enough space and time to simply go for the Echoed Corruption with Ruinous Affliction, and on top of that also drops his own Horrify. And there's the Horrify already. Horrify is in, but this one didn't cut it. No, this one didn't really help them. Nice swap! But Kira still able to easily make her way out. Yep, that laser doesn't do jack shit. That laser does nothing. Absolutely nothing. It tickled Yasuo a little bit, and that's the problem when you use it without any assist from a stun or from someone that provides slows. That laser was useless. Yasuo was just double checking, is it me? Rotated around it, and yeah, I was like, yeah, I can simply dash out. It's like, whatever. So, yeah, that didn't really help. Now, Sylvanas has taken the top, which forced Chen to rotate to the bottom of the map and reclaim the bottom shrine. As this all continues, the blue team is, of course, closing slowly but steadily in on level 20. 18.5 right now on the board for them. 35,000 damage for Sylvanas. 40,000 for Li Ming. The only one that hasn't died yet. Nick has not died yet in this game. Yeah, he's the only one. Everybody else was at least dropped once. They go for the Panda again. Yeah, Li Ming with a combo. Gets another hit out. The Siege Shines are theirs. Yeah, and now they're trying to also go for the aggression. Panda gets attacked in the back, and she gets murdered. Chen dropped her, and oh my god, what a slaughter in that fight. And the secret counter is in again. Nick walks away from the laser and makes it useless. 3 heroes killed. Easy peasy, everybody. Check this fight out. I mean, right there, look at the Panda. Bam, gone. Instantly. No chance whatsoever. And now the kills after that against Sylvanas and Artanis, and that is another Dragonite. Now they got the Dragonite. They just blew them up. They played whack-a-mole. I mean, they pulled a little bit of a Houdini move there. One moment they were there, the next moment they were just gone. And of course now, with the Dragonite in their hands and a 5 versus 3, it's time to take some structures down. They dropped the fort in the middle. They moved down to the bottom of the map to drop another one, especially since they have Siege Giants pushing through the lane as well. So that's a given that both of them fall. And the Hardos are all of a sudden ahead in experience. Yeah, they draw even in structures. They're ahead in experience. They have 10 kills to 6. Yeah, that is getting dangerous. Arthur, if he flanks in, the Dragonite can kick his ass, literally. Get him out of the fight, but they hope for level 20. But they need to double check this, and especially Hanzo needs to stay away from it. Here comes Arthas, but Gul'dan is dead. Arthas, he came, he saw, and he ran away again. Veni, Vidi, screw this, I'm out. Yeah, Dequaza swaps in and out. He's alive. He's alive. Needs to be careful that no owl hits him. But they go for keep, and they're gonna get it. And the top fort is also under pressure. Their keep is gone. Level 20 is there. The Shooting Star, Silent Killer, and the Storm Shield. Yeah, Silent Killer. I totally agree. The silent ones, they are the worst. They are the worst. Those are the real killers. Yeah, they sneak up on you. Dino gets out, but they killed the Panda. The Panda is dead. Boys, the Hardos, they might pull it off. The Panda, he moves and counters the laser. Has to actually use his ult, so that's at least a cooldown trade that they went in on. But can they go for core? They're thinking about it. Are the Hardos winning this? Team was able to win everything for such a long time. But the Hardos have them on the ropes, just a little bit. They were thinking about core and core, and they decided against it. Right now, they move up to the top. Oh, the stun! And he has the killing move, and they get Masquerade. Masquerade is down. Sylvanas gets away. They don't have the gate opened up, so they can't make a move on those heroes that made it through the gate itself. Shrines activating in 20. They are so close. The momentum for the Hardos. Time and time, they have been destroyed by the Donuts, by Team Wah. And now they are the ones that are so close to make it to the grand final through the winner's bracket. Yeah, here we go. The battle at the top potentially. And it is time for another Dragonite. Arthas is missing. Arthas isn't here. And they make a move for the objective and the game. They'll go for the core. They just have to. 13 kills to 6. Ults are getting ready. And they got the top keg play. Benny with the channel. They're allowing for some time for the rest to get back here. Channeling, cancelling. Channeling, cancelling. Time and time again. They want more. They want the camp down here. And now Kira channels it through. No! He cancelled it again! Damn! The balls of steel on this boy. Alright, so now we go. Through the bot lane. They will take those siege giants out like it's nothing. Li Ming still hasn't fallen. Nobody int yet. Nobody int now. Here comes the swap. Mini Artanis. Arthas with the ass kicking. Get the Quasar. Artanis. There it is. He pops the laser, but he goes down. He does what he does best. He dies. Oh. And there's the double kill. This is it. This has to be it. It just has to be. 15 kills to 6, kill after kill. The Dragonite on 50% HP. He's low, but it is a 5 versus 3 setup. And now they're making the move for the core. The shield disappears, and it is the Hardos, ladies and gentlemen, that advance to the grand final through the winner bracket. What a performance here. What a series. What a best of 3 again. Great job by the team in red, and they take Team Wah down on Dragonshire and secure a 2-1 victory.